And welcome back to World Sports Show here on WPPM LP Philadelphia. It is Monday night, May the 21st. On the line, we have Mallory Eubanks of the Washington Spirit. How are you doing tonight?
Hi, I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. I guess it's a little nice time to have a little bit of recovery. I know as a pro athlete, that's probably a very, very big part of your recipe. Do you have any rituals or things that you do on recovery days?
Just like to do some Epsom salt baths, foam roll, just recover, rest, eat, and sleep.
I know that it's a big adjustment for going from the college schedule to the pro schedule because, I coach college and John coaches high school. That college season, just a blink of the eye, and you're not even halfway through your pro season, and it's still going.
For sure. It's a huge adjustment. It's a lot different, especially in college. On the pros, it's all on you. So it's all your recovery is basically what you put in is what you're going to get out. Whereas in college, they kind of are on top of you, making sure you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. And like you said, the pro season's almost double or over double the college season. So it's just a longer process and more drawn out.
I know they say that a lot of it is on the player, and in college, it's there's a lot of the school takes care of stuff, but I guess the difference is you don't have to worry about classes. I know that's the toughest thing. As I remember as a college kid, is just balancing my schedule, just trying to make sure you take care of all your classes. Same thing with our college players, and I guess that's a little bit of a relief that there's nothing worse than trying to study when you're sore.
Yeah, for sure. I just graduated a couple of weeks ago, and I was taking an online class, and ever since I finished, I'm like, wow, this is so nice to not have to worry about studying or taking a test or doing any of that. It's been nice to fully focus just on soccer.
Yeah, that's another unique thing. A lot of people don't take into consideration that soccer players, whether it be NWSL or MLS, the draft happens kind of right after the fall season. You get a couple weeks off, suddenly you're drafted. Now it's like, all right, I'm a professional athlete, but I'm still working on my degree. So I'm sure that's been a challenge itself, balancing that in your life.
Yeah, for sure. And I was thankful at Mississippi State. I had a great teacher who allowed me to take a class that was normally in lecture class. She allowed me to finish it online. And so just having those professors that worked with me and my academic advisor to go ahead and finish graduating while I was here playing.
Yeah, that definitely is a challenge, and that's a great thing because I'm sure they don't get that asked every day. We know SEC is good at making several other sports professionals, but all their seasons start after the year ends. So, that's probably very, big blessing to have your professors work with you on that.
Yeah, for sure. It was really awesome, and it was really nice. As soon as I decided to go to the draft, I contacted her. My professor is actually a college softball player, so she kind of understood how big of an opportunity it was and was willing to work with me, and it was just great. Like you said, in the SEC, that you expect professors and everyone just kind of understand how big athletics are.
Yeah, that's great. So looking now at playing professional, last year when you played for the U23s, you got to see 3 NWSL teams. How has that helped you in your preparation and now that you're playing pro?
It was a really good experience. It was a really good opportunity to get out there and play against teams. And I think, I had no idea before that what to expect and how to compare myself to those pro teams. And to be able to play in that tournament and see, hey, I can compete and I can, gave me some confidence that this is something that I could do. And it's just, it was just a little taste of it. And being here is just even more of that experience. But it definitely gave me the confidence and just encouraged me to go into this league and to be a part of it and to play and compete.
Now that you're playing professional, sharing locker room and training session with some of the highest level players in the world, what has been some of the advice on the veterans have given you, or some of the players you've worked with that just really inspired you some?
It's just like it's really inspiring to see like some of the greatest players come out and just work so hard every day and just put the effort in. And it's been really nice to have teammates who are veterans who kind of take me under their wing and show me things that maybe I don't see, or just tell me like, like with your speed, do this, or just giving me advice all the time. And it's been really nice. I think our team has a bunch of encouraging people, and that's been a really good thing for me.
And you like you said, you've got some veterans out there and some players that you had experience on. Did you know any of the players personally pretty well when you came in? Any of the players that you play with that you already kind of had a little bit of a friendship with before you came in?
No, not really, not at all. I didn't.
That's a
I
tough
didn't really
one.
know anyone coming in. Yeah, so I didn't know what to expect coming in because these, like you said, these are some of the best players in the world. So I'm like, are they gonna, think that they're the best and be arrogant? Are they even gonna want to talk to me? Like, I have no idea. But I think this team, like, I was really blessed to come in on this team with encouraging people and welcoming, and everyone was just really nice whenever I came in and really made an effort to make me feel welcomed on the team. So
well, you're doing something right.
Good.
You're still around. You're still playing, so you did something right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm sure it was a pretty big moment for you in the past week or two. You signed your first professional contract. A lot of people on the outside don't know that in soccer is a completely different thing, that just being drafted is not a guarantee to be, signing a contract. But I'm sure that it's a pretty big moment in your life there to actually sign that first official contract.
Yeah, it was really exciting. I've been waiting on that. I came in and there wasn't much of room on our team for any contracts. There weren't many open spots, I would say. And so whenever we had two girls going away for the South American Cup, I got the opportunity to be a national team replacement. And at the time I was like, this isn't a full contract, but it's an opportunity and a stepping stone, and hopefully I can use this opportunity to get on the team. And it ended up working out really well for me.
Yeah, you got to make your debut, I believe, right before Easter, and that was the nationally televised game.
Yeah, I got to go in the Orlando game was the first game, and then I ended up starting against North Carolina, which was really, really awesome.
Yeah, those are some big names, and like you said, the household names, and I'm sure throughout your career, you've being at SEC, you've gone up against big players. But is there any that ever moment when you're in a game and you look over and you see some of these players like a Crystal Dunn per se, and you're like, man, you're sharing the field with them, but you have to almost tell yourself, I got to keep playing. It's business.
Yeah, for sure. I was talking to someone the other day, and I was just talking about how amazing it is to see different players and what they bring to the game. And one of the players I respect the most is definitely Crystal Dunn. I think that she's so strong and physical and just a workhorse, and that's what she is and who she is, and she totally just owns that every single game. And so to be on the field with players like that, and it's just really amazing. But at the same time, I still want to, so I got to stay focused on our game plan.
So, looking back into your youth career, that, there's a lot of successful college players that make it to the pros and might not necessarily make it through the ODP system or even wear the U.S. jersey. What was that process like the first time you wore the U.S. jersey, whether it's, U19, U23s? I'm sure that's just probably one of the greatest honors.
Yeah, it was really cool. So my first camp was in my freshman year of college, and it was with the U20s, actually, in Orlando. And I got to play in one of the games against the University of Florida. And it was just exciting just to put on the jersey and just be a part of that. And that was my first experience. I went to college, and obviously from high school to college is a big step up. But just going from college and playing with these, world-class players and everyone, Mallory was on the team back then. And so it's just on the U20s back then. So it was just cool to be surrounded by such impactful players. And, it was just a really good experience.
So SEC is known for really, really good soccer. You look at probably SEC, ACC, and some of the Pacific teams are some of the best, women's soccer in the country. Why did you just choose Mississippi State?
So both my parents actually went to Mississippi State. And
so you really didn't have a choice, you're saying, right?
Yeah. So I've been a Mississippi State fan since I was little. And I just really liked the school, and I kind of got into the recruiting process a little late. I lived in Switzerland when I was 7th grade through my junior year of high school, so I came back my junior year, but at that point recruitment was already kind of ahead of me. And so Mississippi State actually had a coaching change during my junior year of high school that opened up some opportunities there for me. And it was good, and that's where I want to be anyways. I want to be in the SEC. I'm from Kentucky, so obviously the SEC is a big deal in those areas.
Now, did you play? Obviously, you were playing over in Switzerland. What was the play like over there?
It was different. So we had a girls team, and I played briefly on a guys team a couple times. The girls team played. We played against guys, and so you had a big, instead of having different age groups, we had a big pool, so we had the older girls and the younger girls, and it was, more middle school and high school, but it was called soccer still.
Okay.
And so it was just kind of a different experience, yeah. So I was playing with, older girls. I remember when I was 15, I went up against a defender, and she asked me how old I was, and I said 15, and she was like, oh, my gosh, I'm 30. I was like, what the heck? So, I mean, it was cool to, go over and experience that. And soccer over there is a big part of the culture and everything. It's obviously, the biggest sport overseas or in Europe. And so it was really cool to experience it over there. It was just a totally different environment than the U.S. soccer.
So John's just playing some of your clips of your shot on goal, and it's a nice little volley on your registered shot on goal against Portland.
Against Portland?
Yeah, I believe so.
Weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was.
Yeah, I was excited. Whenever it came back to me, I was like, just put it on frame.
Yeah, don't want to be the guy. You don't want to be the person that whiffs on TV.
Yeah, for sure.
Now you guys have a great facility over there. John and I have attended regular matches over there at Washington Spirit. I mean, I think it's one of the best facilities because I'm all about grass. I mean, that's just the way I was raised. I always played on grass, and I think that it is probably the best pitch in the league, and you guys get to practice and train there. It must be just a pleasure, and it's such an intimate stadium too.
Yeah, for sure. The thing great about our stadium is that, I mean, our practice field, our locker room, our stadium field are all right there, and you don't typically see that in NWSL all the time. And we're the only team that plays on that field, so we're not having to share it with anyone, and it's kept up really well. And so every game day, it's just really nice, and we get to practice on the game field a couple days a week, but we have the opportunity to have other grass fields and stuff to practice on so that our game field is always ready for us on game day.
What was the facility at Mississippi State? Did you guys play on grass or did you play on turf there?
We played on grass. Actually, Mississippi State we have, for not being known as a top 25 soccer school.
Yeah.
We had one of the nicest facilities in the nation, I think. We had a brand new clubhouse that was built right on our field during my junior year, and then our field was always kept up super nice because agriculture was a big part of our school and turf management, so it was pretty nice as well.
Hey man, facilities make or break. I'm a college coach, so I know that sometimes things like that impress a player if that's that one little edge you can get. So, and I mean, it rewinds back to you playing for them. I'm sure that must have made your parents very proud to see their daughter playing for the school they graduated. I mean, it's definitely a good family story.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely fun to go down there, and I had so many connections in Mississippi and at Mississippi. So everyone in the South is just super friendly, and everyone just wants to connect with everyone, and just with my mom being from Mississippi, and obviously both my parents going down there for school, and my dad played baseball at Mississippi State for a couple years. And so it was just a cool experience.
Now, like you said, the transition of going from, now graduating from college into a pro, I mean, I'm sure that there's that downtime, what with you as a first-year pro player, what are some of the things you do with your downtime to, hobbies you pick up, or what are some things that you do?
I'm really close to them, honestly, and so in my downtime, I help coach soccer team, and then I like to go to the T-ball games with the family and just hang out. And then, like I said before, I was really into I had my schoolwork to focus on, and now I have a little bit of extra time now that I'm not having to deal with that class or to do the schoolwork. So I don't know. I'll probably get more into some coaching and extra stuff like that. Just going to try to reach like younger girls teams and stuff and talk to them. So it's been nice to just relax and have downtime.
Yeah, definitely well deserved. So John had said sometimes when we get players that have recently graduated from college, you want to see how well do you know your school's fight song.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we as part of World Sports Show, it's mandatory. Right. Once you graduate, you got to come on and do a solo, your whole fight song all the way through. We're just messing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know you want to hear that.
Right. Exactly. You didn't get hired for your singing, so.
Yeah. The fight song I could do, the alma mater, no way. But.
No, we want to thank you for calling in, special and short notice. Really appreciate everything done, and hope to keep seeing you in more games and becoming a regular in this team, and wish you a long, successful career.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
No problem. You take care. All right.
All right, you too.
Bye-bye. So there we go.
Thank you for watching a World Sports Show production. For more info, go to worldsportsshow.com.